Ferrari, a name that elicits fear from diecast collectors. If you don't know what the reason is, because Ferrari has a exclusive licensing, meaning that if one brand has a license, another brand cannot. Hot Wheels / Mattel has had the exclusive license all the way to 2014, after which they lost it to the Meichong Group, I think a brand based in Hong Kong, and who are producing Ferrari diecast right now under the Barago license, under the Barago brand, and Meichong has subsequently subleased the sublicensed it to Tomica, which is Takara Tomy, who's made Ferrari models under their Tomica Basic line, Premium line, as well as their Tomica Limited Vintage line, which is amazing because TLV makes the best possible diecast in 1/64 scale. The problem is they're also horrifyingly expensive. But Tomica Premium and Tomica Basic, although not perfect 1/64, usually fluctuating around 1/62, are still very good and a lot less expensive. But there is at least one other alternative, and that is Kyosho. That's really interesting. As you can see, this reminds me a lot of the Aoshima packaging. It's a box, and it is a blind box as well. You see the 458 Italia, 512 BBLM, F40 GTE, the Scuderia Spider 16M, the 308 GTB Quattro Valvole, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right, Enzo GT Concept, the 250 Testarossa, and the 599XX. So these are sold in blind boxes, and the one I got, it says here, I think this is in Japanese, or it's either Japanese or a traditional Chinese characters. But this one is a 250 Testarossa in silver, and empty box, nothing interesting. You do get a card that shows you what it is. I can't really tell. It says World something something contestant something something goal. This is the red head, which is where Testarossa comes from. Anyway, can't understand most of it, but ooh, you see something interesting, right? Yeah, this thing, you have to assemble it. So because Meichong has the exclusive license, while Kyosho just made them, quote unquote, you need a lot of quotation marks for that, into model kits, which is why they're still allowed to do that. I don't know why the other company hasn't sued them, but I'm very glad they did it, because these are a wonderful, wonderful alternative. They are still true 1/64, which is what you would expect from Kyosho. Kyosho does, the vast majority of Kyosho stuff come pre-assembled, but with the special case of Ferrari, they have to improvise. So, see how this works. There's nothing holding it down, is there? No, okay. So, by the way, there's going to be a lot of assembling here. If you're not interested in that, you can just skip to the end after I'm done. I just think it's interesting to just assemble it myself. It's fun, right? I love Lego. This is something that's completely different, but it still gives you that DIY feel. It makes you feel accomplished, right? So this is the base and the body. The base is plastic. Also, one piece was the interior, and the body is die cast. Very nice. Feels very heavy. Honestly, it's heavier than it feels like it should be. Get a nice screwdriver and a small bag of parts. And let's see what the manual says. So okay, so this is, the interior is its own piece actually. No, it's not. Okay, but wait, what? So I do have to take out the seats for that to complete the interior. Can I just take this off? This is a bit scary, to be honest. Okay, so this should be an opening. This is tiny, by the way. Okay, so this is the base, And this is the interior, and I need to put the seats on here. This is interesting. The seats are their own separate pieces, but I don't understand why, because there's no extra printing or texture for this, and I do need a pair of scissors. And see the seats, and it goes up like so. Okay, all right, it fits very nicely. And I'm gonna keep the now done interior piece away. Okay, so the F and R, so that's the front axle and the rear axle. So this is back F, so that's front. I do like the 250 Testarossa. I think it's a really cool car. I do like older cars. I don't think there is a front and back for these tires. Yeah, and I don't think the instructions didn't really specify, so I think they're probably the same one way or another. And I'm going to put this in like so. Wraps around, looks good. Same thing for the other side. I think out of all the Ferrari models, I think obviously the Enzo Ferrari is going to be my favorite. It just looks so good. This is a Hot Wheels version. The rear wheels are supposed to be a little large, but I feel like Hot Wheels might have overdone it a little. So I'm interested in getting like either the Kyosho or the Tomica version. So the front axle is done. Just leave it like so. Yeah, this seems a lot easier than I thought, honestly. I just saw all of the tiny parts and all of the backs. I was like, this is going to take me hours, but I don't think it will. These parts all feel super high quality, by the way, especially just like the way I'm handling. Well, first of all, the weight of the die-cast body itself, and as well as the kind of like looking at all of the interior, the internal pieces, like very nice axle. The wheels look really nice and chromed and super detailed. Yeah, I don't know why, but like I've had a perfect experience with all of the Japanese brands I've been getting. I don't mean to like sound, whatever, but the European brands have been sort of like a consistent okay for me. It could have been a lot better. I feel like American brands have been hit or miss. I do like Greenlight. For the price, it's really good, but Auto World has been a little disappointing personally. A lot of quality control issues that I think I've talked about. And the Hong Kong brands, Tarmac Works and Mini GT, I feel like for the price should be a lot better. But let's see, so that's done. The interior piece is in with the seats attached. So this is what's gonna look like after I put the screws in. Yeah, the metal feels super high quality, like it's heavy, and the paint is perfect. You don't hear me say this a lot because I'm extremely picky with details. There's something here which I hope to God is a like some kind of dust and not embedded in this. Okay, so it's perfect. I was 100% expecting it to just be some dust and stuff. Kyoshos don't roll very well. This one, I think right now rolls. Hey, this one actually might roll. But you also see here, in order to put the chassis together, you need 2 screws, but both of them are small, so they should be the same size. And okay, yeah, so there are 2 small screws and 1 large screw, and you need the 1 large screw to screw it to the base. And I've said the word screw way too many times. The word has finally lost all of its meaning. Just gonna carefully dump it on my desk. Yeah. Can afford to be a little less careful than I was cutting the smaller bags with the tires and all that, because I'm sure even if I accidentally cut the screw, they will be alright. Man, this is gonna be the biggest challenge is gonna be trying to screw in something while facing the camera at the same time. See? So, okay, I was going for the wrong hole. This screw, one screw goes here. Screws in pretty nicely. Are we focused? Not really. Alright. The other screw. I like screws better than rivets. I don't think it matters that much because I don't do customs, but I feel like if you do, screws are gonna be so much better than riveting. So that's it. Let's see if it rolls. It's tiny as it should be because, you know, it rolls perfectly. Okay, I've heard stories about Kyosho's not being able to roll, but this one definitely rolls very well. And let's see, you have the, excuse me, where's the big screw supposed to go? Okay, I don't read Japanese, but I feel like this means big in Chinese, and this is the same characters as this, which presumably means screw. So I think it does say the display stand here to use. So I think it means the big screw is to be used with the display stand. I'm just gonna look at how this is supposed to work very quickly. Oh, whoopsie. I mean, the big screw obviously goes here, right? But there's no... Oh yeah, there is an opening here, so you... can put this piece here. And you can sit your car here. Yeah, I mean, you don't really even need to screw. I guess it's an option. If you really want to screw it down, you can. But okay, so it's either, I think it's either use this piece and screw it in, or no, either use this small rubber piece here and just kind of put it down on here, or you can just take out the rubber piece and use the large screw they provided. I think I need some other. Where's the box? Okay. No, it doesn't have it here, but that's fine. I keep my cars loose anyway, but I'm gonna save the screw just in case. And just an overview of the car. I think I've done this once already, right? I don't remember. You do see the Ferrari logo here, Ferrari logo here, and Ferrari logo right here. There's backlight printing, but there's no license plates, but that doesn't really need to be. The front lights are all separate plastic pieces, so is the windshield. The interior, as you saw me put it in, the seats are individual piece. Yeah, this is really nice. I do have the Hot Wheels version, which obviously done with the 3-inch rule is a lot bigger, and a lot bigger than True 164, which Kyosho is. Speaking of that, what does the base say? Okay, you can make it out. It says made in China right here, Kyosho, and yeah, 164. For a second I thought it says 154 and I was getting really worried. 164 Ferrari, 250 Testarossa. Cool. Yeah, this is really, really awesome. It's really hard to get true 164 models in general, but it's obviously so much harder to get true 164 Ferraris. Basically, your choices are Kyosho and Tomica Limited Vintage, and Kyosho generally is much, much, much cheaper than TLV. So I'm just gonna go back to my Ferrari box one more time. This is my Italian cars box, and this side is Ferrari and the other side is everything else. I do have a couple more new acquisitions. This is a 333 SP. This is the same model, but this is from the legendary Speed Machines. I got it for fairly cheap, and honestly, a bit underwhelmed. I don't know what I was expecting, but bit more than this. I mean, it's cool, you know, it's premium, but it's not full premium. Like, there's no back temples. You basically still only get 1, 2, 3 sides of paint, which, okay. The cold-molded wheels are nice, but at least on this particular model, it doesn't look really nice. It's not premium, like, it's still got a plastic base. I mean, it's cool. and it's cool as a part of Honda's history. But I personally, I don't see how superior this is to the mainline version. Although, interestingly enough, the roll cage right here, it's plastic, while on the mainline releases might have come early or later, based depending on like tool change. But this part is actually metal and part of the main body, so that's interesting. But and I think this Kyosho may end up on my display case. I'm not quite sure yet. Depends on what I feel like, but it's gonna be definitely one of my prized pieces in my collection. And honestly, after this, I do want to get like a Enzo or a FXX from Kyosho, because that's just super cool. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching.